It's a tremendous honor and a pleasure to welcome you to our 5th annual Engineering and Public Policy Conference. My name is Kim Allen. I'm the CEO and Registrar of Professional Engineers, Ontario. The first 3 of our public policy conferences were run as part of our very successful and continuing government liaison program. And I'd like to introduce Howard Brown, our GLP consultant, who's up at the front here. And I'm sure by the end of the day, Howard will have your business card in his pocket. So if he doesn't, make sure you give it to him. This is the second one that's run by the Ontario Centre for Engineering and Public Policy, and I'm pleased to introduce Jana Levison, the acting director of the centre. There's Jana. Just in terms of a little background, PEO Council created the Centre for Engineering and Public Policy in June 2008, and it has accomplished much of the success we'd hoped for. I'm delighted that we have a larger crowd than we had last year. We've got some 220 people in attendance today, and I'm pleased to acknowledge that we have a number of members of council, our chapter representatives, and our committee representatives. Without council's vision and support and the guidance of President Catherine Carrick-Castanis, our former presidents Pat Quinn and Walter Belansky, who I saw this morning, Dave Adams, and the dedicated effort of hundreds of PEO members advancing public policy for the profession, there would be no Centre for Engineering and Public Policy. So I thank that whole group. There's many other individuals and organizations I'd like to recognize, and I'm just going to try to do them by groups. There's a number of ministry officials here today. We have out-of-town guests from across the country. We have leaders of our key allies within the engineering profession, from Engineers Canada, Consulting Engineers Ontario, the Ontario Society of Professional Engineers, and the Engineering Students' Council of Ontario. In addition, we're pleased to welcome faculty members and or students from Carleton, Guelph, Laurentian, McMaster, Queen's, Royal Military College, Ryerson, Toronto, the University of Ontario Institute of Technology, Waterloo, and Windsor. So that represents 11 of our 15 engineering schools, a very good turnout. Sorry, I can make that 12 because I know we have some Ottawa U representative here that I didn't mention on the list. Finally, I'd like to recognize that we have the 10 legislative interns. Maybe if I have them just stand up to be recognized that are within the government. The Centre has supported the legislative interns for the second year, and it's a very worthwhile relationship. And we also have our first winners of our WISE Ocepp Student Award competition. To help bring the framework for today's conference, I'd like to briefly tell you about the Centre, what it's accomplished. The Ontario Centre for Engineering and Public Policy was created with the express purpose of encouraging engineers to become more involved in the creation of public policy, as well as the Centre encourages government leaders and decision makers to seek out carefully and consider the vast expertise of engineers when they're drafting or reviewing policy. The Centre focuses on 3 main areas: developing policy issue papers and publishing them in the Journal of Policy Engagement, and that's a bi-monthly periodical, and there's a copy in your conference folder. It's our 7th issue. The June issue is the Centre's first themed to know how to manage risk, and I can guarantee you that you'll find the cover to be captivating, if not spine-tingling, so have a little look at that one. Building on the public policy focus, collaboration through the engineering profession, in particular creating links with the university programs that offer engineering and public policy to increase the awareness of it. And the third area is that the Centre hosts and co-hosts dozens of events throughout the year, including hosting the annual conference, and these events, which are very successful, noontime policy engagement series, which no doubt some of you have been to, and we try to do those presentations near Queen's Park. The policy engagement series was modeled on one that happens in Ottawa called the Bacon and Eggheads Symposium that's sponsored by a variety of scientific and engineering organizations. The Centre's aim with its discussion is to bring together legislators, public servants, business leaders, engineering experts showcasing outstanding engineering accomplishments. As well, it produces unbiased, insightful insights into topical issues in a nonpartisan context. This forum will continue to provide unique opportunities for engineers to communicate important findings to distinguished and influential audiences. In the past year, more than 450 individuals attended these sessions on topics which included topics such as smart grid infrastructuring, Ontario's energy future, and Ontario's healthcare system. Typically, over 95% of those who attend these seminars rate them as being good or excellent. As one participant recently commented in the seminar that was entitled Major Opportunities to Heal Ontario's Healthcare System noted, this topic is fascinating and has engineering written all over it. The speaker has eloquently demonstrated it. Thank you for offering the type of discussion and moving the thinking forward. So we encourage all of you to click on and join the Centre's Facebook page, and you'll become one of the first to learn about any of these upcoming events. Today's also marks the first anniversary of the Centre's website. It has grown tremendously in breadth and information. The professional dynamic design conveys a very positive and effective image of the Centre for most people who serve primary point of contact, and you'll be assured that the Centre will continue to refine the vital communication channel. The Centre has brought you here today under the little title of Ingenuity at Work, and with a very diverse agenda with a number of highly respected speakers. When you look at the agenda, we've got some over 30 different speakers that will be offering you some insights today. Before the mid-morning break, you'll hear insights from one of the very high-profile Ontario ministers, our Attorney General over here, the director of the largest engineering science research funding organization in the States, and some $6 billion, and provides money to some 200,000 engineers, scientists, and students, and one of the province's most accomplished university professors and administrators. This morning you can choose from 3 very timely panels, one dealing with nanotechnology, one with the public or with the policy process, and Ontario's waste management future. This afternoon, the Ontario's Leader of the Opposition and Leader of the Progressive Conservative Party will share his perspectives. We'll get a good contrast from this morning to this afternoon for participating in a renewed Ontario. Then you'll be able to hear from the co-founder of a large project management company. We'll put on a very attractive price tag on sustainability. Wrapping up the day, you can choose from 3 additional panels, one dealing with women in engineering and engineering leadership, and the winners of our student essay competition will be presenting their paper at the 3rd panel. Underlying each presentation and address is one compelling truth. Engineers want to act in the public interest. Engineers are builders, innovators, trailblazers, adventurers, and problem solvers. They seek quick, better, less expensive ways of completing projects. As we have a very full agenda, won't take up any more of your time, I'd like to now call upon Catherine Karakastanis, the President of Professional Engineers Ontario, to introduce our keynote speaker, Attorney General of Ontario, the Honourable Chris Bentley. Thank you.
Morning.